Did you watch Disney Plus yet?
I have been watching X-Men,
Previously
and I'm only
on
like three
X-Men.
episodes in, and man, I had forgotten that they straight up kill people off in like the second episode.
Wolverine, hold
Like
back.
that, I guess that didn't bother me as a kid because like right now I'm kind of like shocked. Like
Yo,
it really cut me deep.
Morph was like clearly a liked character on that team, and then
I
he's
guess
not.
so. I don't know if he was a light character, but like I'm pretty sure people forgot about it soon after. And he was like, he's just not part of the team, you know. Wasn't there
He's
an
not
extra
part of.
character? Like it's one of those
Yeah,
things.
there was there. Like I, Morph doesn't become like more like a thing until like afterwards when he comes back. Like after the redemption arc, after he comes back, there's like a whole thing.
Mm. Yeah, I it still gutted me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm.
What have you been watching on there?
I haven't got on it yet.
Are you what? What are you talking
Yes.
about? What? Wait.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Sam?
See what
Explain
happened
yourself.
was
What had happened?
what had happened was Disney Plus release date is on the week in which I don't get paid. So I thought it might be a good idea to wait a week because people were talking about how buggy it's being and how some people can only see it in the
You
3D
know,
mode.
it's actually not that bad considering there are other platforms that have come out like this and got hyped to no end and got buggy like the first day. This, it did pretty good. Like I
It
was
did?
watching pretty flawlessly at home. No issues whatsoever.
Okay. Well, I just figured I'll wait a week. People will cool the fuck down. And also I'll get paid that week, so it wouldn't be anything. I mean, it's not like it's like back and bank breaking money, but because
I mean, it's going to make money. It's
oh
going.
oh
It's going.
no, I'm talking about it's not gonna break the bank in regards to me paying for it.
Oh,
Like I
I
could
see.
probably pay for it now, but I was just like, screw it, wait up. I gotta
got
stop leaning on that. All right.
I got you.
So
Um,
maybe you want to talk about how awesome Disney Plus is and how bad I am for not signing up for Disney Plus, or we could just say that this is the icebreaker right now, and then we can probably just start the intro.
I like that. Why not? And welcome to another episode of Salmon That's Totally Original Geek News Podcast. We are on episode 3, my man. How do you feel about that?
Uh, Proud, really. I thought we flame out or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
Well,
had no
nothing
faith.
nothing personal. Just I'm a pessimist
Well,
playing an optimist in public.
no, we need a little bit more optimism than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're on episode 3, and I think we're moving right along. I mean, we had some crazy news this past week.
Yes, we did, and some cool trailers.
Cool trailers dropped. So we're gonna go over a couple of weird trailers and some a trailer that had a special redesign of a character that we all love.
And a trailer of something that I didn't know I wanted until I saw it.
There you go. There you go. We're gonna talk about what's going on with this Uncharted movie that has been on the back burner for, I don't know, centuries. Yeah.
Smaller thing about this movie, the movie was been backlogged for so long.
Mhm.
One character is the actor slated to play one character is playing an
Another
older character, an older character because they were just like, fuck it, it's been so long. You can probably play them now.
He literally aged into the other character. Just hilarious.
Yes.
We're gonna cover some more Avengers stuff. There's never any shortage of news there. Some Disney Plus stuff. We're going to have one small little segment for No Shit Sherlock in regarding to the Disney Plus shows. And in games, we're going to cover what's going on with Stadia, and that drops next week. So we're going to figure out what's going on with that. We have a couple of things where we're deciding what's worthy, from Netflix's The Witcher to Batman to Pokemon, you name it. We're probably going to talk about it. And For our closing discussion, we're going to be talking about the streaming wars. Yes, people, there's another one coming. So, want to start it off, Sam?
Oh yeah. Let's start it off with the trailer that I realized I wanted this all the time. I've wanted this since the beginning. I didn't realize I wanted it until I saw it.
And
I'm
what is
talking
that?
about the I'm talking about the Harley Quinn trailer.
Okay, okay.
I'm actually really excited for this trailer. Like, I'm surprised I'm excited for this trailer. This is not what I expected to want, but like, it's so freaking hilarious from the trailer alone. I, I kind of like, I'm kind of shocked. I'm just like, shit. I kind of want to watch this now. So what
now,
we're getting?
now specifics. Are we talking about the live action, or are we talking about the
Oh no, we're
anime
talking
show?
about the Kaylee
Okay.
Kuko animated cartoon Harley Quinn television show.
Okay, we're not talking about Birds of Prey, people.
We're not talking about Birds of Prey. So in this trailer, Harley Quinn is working with the Joker and gets left as a distraction for the Joker as he runs off to face, so she could face off against Batman. So he run off like a punk, and she realizes the Joker is a piece of shit and she could do better all by herself. And at that around the same time, she and her friend, not friend, partner, Poison Ivy, decide that they're going to go at it alone. The Joker is revealed to have just joined the Legion of Doom, and she can't have that. She's like, if he can join the Legion of Doom, the damn sure I can join the Legion of Doom because I'm way better than the Joker. So she goes about starting to create her own team of supervillains so she could take over the whole organization, like the whole villain underworld. So she's got Clayface. She's got some other guy that I have no idea who he is, but he has like a heart-shaped head, and it's kind of weird. But like, it's just zany antics. There's just a lot of
goofy.
There's a lot of fighting, violence. There's a lot of cursing. There's a line where like Joker's like basically shitting on her, and she's like, she has HPV, right? And he's just like Bane, surprisingly, is just like, most sexually active adults have it at this point. And so like, I thought that was kind of wild. But it's kind of like a slice of life mixed with like wish fulfillment, mixed with just nonstop action, mixed with insanity. It's a good series. Like, it looks like it's gonna be a good show. King Shark's on there. He looks hilarious. It looks good. It just looks really good, and I am really excited for this to come out.
This feels like a mix between Boondocks and Venture Brothers,
right?
Like,
I love that type of shit too.
That's what it feels like.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
It looks really good. I won't lie to you. At first, when I heard this was happening and Kaylee Cuoco was going to voice her, I was a little like, meh, I don't know. But DC has been doing their thing with the animated stuff, right?
Yeah. Yes, they have. And you know what? If you didn't know, CW has a rich history with Kaylee Cuoco because she was on 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. She was. She was the older daughter in 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. But like, that show got 8 because the main character died. So
yeah.
And then they tried to replace him with David Spader, and
yeah,
David Spader is no man's second fiddle.
Was it with like Jason Ritter or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she was also in the last 2 seasons of what? 2 seasons? Last 2 seasons of Charmed too. So like, she's been on CW right. For what? Yeah. I know a lot more about Kaylee Cuoco than I.
Yeah, that's not disturbing. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's okay. I'm gonna tell myself it's okay. But yeah, back to the Harley Quinn trailer. It's really good. I can't wait for it to come out. I think it is coming out next year. I don't think it's coming out this year, but can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, like, another thing that we can't wait for is. Wow. So we talked about the Sonic redesign on the last episode, but now I guess they heard our prayers because they decided to drop the trailer officially. And my goodness, it looks incredible.
It looks beautiful.
And they make it a point to like show it off right away. He's zipping along, and then they pan around and you see him like turn, and he's got the crazy like large eyes, and he just looks like Sonic from Sonic Adventure, which
that's the Sonic I know. That's the Sonic I know.
Yeah. There's some weird things in the trailer. Like, it seems like he's using a ring to like transport to our dimension or something like that. He's using
Yeah,
one of the rings.
like an actual like his like an actual like wedding ring, almost like band type ring. He
Right.
uses it to open it up to make portals that he can travel through. So that's
Right.
neat. Was that always a thing? I don't think that was ever a
I
thing.
don't think that was a thing, but it's actually a really cool idea. You know,
Yeah,
it's not bad, and obviously it looks like Dr. Robotnik is going to be um, based off of our dimension.
yeah,
So, and he seems like a legit scientist and all that stuff. So it seems like there's going to be some. I just wonder exactly how he's going to turn into the actual Dr. Robotnik that we know. Because I think we saw a glimpse of that at the very end of the first trailer,
yeah.
where he was like a lot larger and he was like bald and stuff.
I don't think I remember what I remember. He wasn't larger, but he definitely was bald.
Right. Looked like
What?
Egghead. Definitely.
Yeah, what I think what's gonna happen is I think at the end of this he's gonna end up getting trapped in Sonic's world,
Hmm.
but he's gonna end up trapped in Sonic's world with like enough equipment that he can pretty much start his machine empire.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have like enough robots so he can start building more and more robots. And then when Sonic goes back to his world, he's gonna be like in power. Like he's gonna have his army ready and be like, okay, let's go, Sonic, let's do this.
Right. So, and it looks like he buddies up with James Marsden's character
Yeah,
in it.
it's $10 says something bad happens to James Marsden's
I think
girlfriend or wife.
Yeah, I think something bad happens. Definitely.
That's just his track record.
But it looks fun. It looks funny. It looks zany.
Yes,
I still
yes.
not so sure about Ben Schwartz yet as the voice actor for Sonic, but it's growing on me big time. But I love the design. The design,
Yes.
they nailed it. They nailed it.
He looks just like Sonic. Robotnik's machines chasing after him looks like what a real like if we were doing a live action, looks like the type of robots that would be attacking him. They
Right.
can get like when he gets let me just say that he looks like the type of robots that will be attacking him with an earlier Robotnik. When he gets older, they're going to be more like robots with faces on them and like weird machine animal type things. But for right now, these are cool little drones. I feel as though this is going to be Jim Carrey's chance to bring back 90s Jim Carrey, where he was just off the wall zany. And like this is Robotnik is going to be I think the Robotnik might be his Joker, where he gets to like go full Carrey.
Right.
So like this is good. I like this.
I definitely hope so. This is gonna be cool. I think. I mean, I have my fingers crossed. So let's all pray and hope that they actually nailed it with this one.
Yeah.
Um,
Here's hoping.
Next, okay, we thought we thought Nick Cage's swan song was gonna be Mandy.
I thought he was. Well, here's the thing. Do you ever really think Nick Cage is done? I think Nick Cage is gonna be making movies until he's like dead. I think he's gonna.
You called it. He's the hardest working man in Hollywood, right?
Yeah, he is the hardest working man in Hollywood. I'm still checking his his heritage because he might have a little Jamaican in him.
So, Sam, they just dropped the Color Out of Space trailer, and like they never do cosmic horror ever, ever. This is the first time
Very
we're
rarely.
actually seeing it. What the hell did we just watch?
So as someone who's read H.P. Lovecraft and like H.P. Lovecraft related things, this is that mindfuck. This is that movie you're gonna watch it and you're gonna be like, what? It's definitely weird. It's giving you a lot of creepy vibes. Like this, like it looks like a meteor comes down and lands in their yard, and then like people start doing digs around it. But then like weird plants are growing and
Yup.
colors are changing in their house.
So
And
people
like
are getting affected too. They're like acting weird. Dogs are acting weird. Animals are acting weird.
plant life is acting weird. Just people are like, there's a scene where the kid is sitting in like one of I guess the son is sitting in the backyard, and like he's just sitting there, just like sitting down, just not doing anything. And he's just staring, and his mom or his sister comes to talk to him. He's just like, shh, they're talking to me, and I'm
Yeah.
creeped out by that.
Yep.
And it's just like so like it's it's just showing a lot of like body horror type of, you don't know what's real and you don't know like what's really happening. Like, is this real? Is this an illusion? They keep shooting the same color purple, and it's just like I'm afraid something's gonna jump out the screen and like affect me, and I'm gonna have like mind brain things happening to me.
So I mean,
Mind brain, huh?
they definitely chose the right crew to put this out. because this is from the same makers of Mandy,
Oh,
and
Mandy.
it should have the same pacing. But the thing about H.P. Lovecraft is, and why it's taken so long to do cosmic horror on screen, is because the way he describes things, it's almost indescribable. Like the descriptions that he, like for instance, the color that's actually explained in the story, it's, you're not supposed to be able to distinguish it on the spectrum whatsoever.
Exactly.
But this actually looks really cool. You know what I'm saying? They did the best they could to make it look like, you know, weird and like menacing, and just I love it.
It looks like it's going to be terrifying, and I cannot wait for be scared. I feel as though this is one of those movies where I'm going to watch it and I'm like, okay, we need to watch something like cute so I can have like a palate cleanser.
Yeah, watch cartoons afterwards or something.
Yeah, throw on some like some My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Oh, did you know My Little Pony's coming back? There's a new My Little Pony.
I thought it was back.
No, there's a new one called like Pony Life or some stuff like that. It's going to be more about My Little Ponies. Oh. So more ponies. Ponies.
So if anybody's interested in My Little Pony, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
It's gonna be huge. Well, yeah, I mean, speaking of winding down after watching a horror movie, like sometimes I like to play video games. One of my favorite video games is Uncharted. And the thing about Uncharted is I feel like it doesn't need to be made into a movie. You're pretty much playing a movie when you're playing the game.
That makes it even more that's even more of a reason to want to make it into a movie. No?
Is it? Because if that was true, then it would have been out already. It's probably been about 8 years since they've announced that they were going to do an Uncharted movie.
You know why? Because people are going to make this Uncharted movie simply because, one, it's a decent story, and two, Nathan is kind of basically male Lara Croft.
Yeah.
And people love the Lara Croft. I mean, we can debate on why they love Lara Croft. They could be saying, you know, because it's the action. They could say it's because it's the
polygons.
It's the polygons. I didn't want to go that route, but yes.
Polygons. The cones.
The cones.
It was the cones.
We're talking about Lara Croft's boobs. But anyway, I thought that Uncharted should be made into a movie. Honestly, there's a lot of video games I think should be made into movies, but my thing is, I don't think they should be live action movies. I think people should just take the video game graphics and just fucking make movies and just have people voice act them.
Sam, that was the $1 million answer right there. That's all they have to do with this one. Honestly, get Nolan North back, you know, get Troy Baker as the brother, or get what's his name who plays Vincent or plays Sully, and let them voice a CG Uncharted movie.
But people would just be like, "Why don't just play the video game if I want to watch an Uncharted movie?" And I'm just like, Anyways.
So on to the news, though, as it pertains to Uncharted. So it looks like Mark Wahlberg, who was attached to play Nathan Drake at first, is now in final talks to co-star Tom Holland as Victor Sully Sullivan, an American treasure hunter, fortune seeker, and businessman, as well as a friend and mentor and father figure to Drake. So Holland is still set to play Drake.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is actually happening. Every now and then we get tidbits and news about this, and it just never happens.
See, when I first heard about this, like while ago, Mark Wahlberg was set to play Nathan, and I was kind of like, nah. I was kind of falling off of Mark Wahlberg. I wasn't really like super excited.
He was the hot guy at the time.
He was the hot guy at the time. There's ebbs and flows with all of them, like the certain male actors. But then, like, I just saw like he's going to be playing Sully. I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, you could have found someone else. I would pick Don Johnson, but you could have picked somebody else for it. And then, like, I read the part which just said Tom Holland. I was just like, wait a second, Tom Holland is playing Nathan, and this could be either really good or really bad. But I have faith in Tom Holland in regards to his acting skills, so he might be able to pull this off. Like, because Tom Holland is like 27, right?
No, he's a lot younger than that.
Well, he's not. He's like 20. Wait, he's
No, I think he
no,
just turned 20 or something, or
no.
21.
He's like 20. No, actually, he might be like 23, 23, 24.
Yeah, yeah, he's not like 27. He's definitely young.
Yeah, like, but like, no, no, he's like 20. Hold on, he is. I just pulled it up.
Oh, we have Google people. We can actually look these things
he's
up.
23 years old. I was right. Okay.
There you go.
So he's 23 years old. But like, that doesn't mean anything. He's playing a 16-year-old in Spider-Man. I think if he grows like a little bit of facial hair and get a little gruff and like cuts his hair in a certain way, I think he'll be perfect for it. And his like type of kind of like his quibs that he does with Spider-Man, I feel as though he could just edge that up a bit and he'll fit right in for Nathan.
Well, my thought was they were going the younger route, and actually Victor's going to be younger too, was because they were planning to make multiple movies out of this.
Oh, most definitely.
Out of this license.
This is at least a trilogy.
Tom Holland can like grow into the character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my thinking for choosing Tom Holland. Like, at first I was like, what are they doing? But like, it makes kind of sense to go for a young character if you're trying to go that route.
Yeah.
So, but you know, Tom Holland he's on fire right now, and you know, you mentioned that he's Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was a part of the Avengers. We do have some news about Avengers yet again from let's see. Okay, so it looks like
because I was wondering when you were gonna get that, but I'm just gonna let that go.
Joe and Anthony Russo. They're going to produce a new Marvel versus DC docuseries, Slugfest. You want to tell me about this, Sam? Because this is news to me.
Okay, basically it's based off of a book called Slugfest, inside the epic 50-year battle between Marvel and DC. So it basically was going to reflect the symbiotic relationship between Marvel and DC, whose rivalry has pushed the medium to its greatest heights. When we talk about comics, as much as I love Image, we all know what the big two are. It's DC and it's Marvel.
Yeah.
It's the X-Men, it's the Avengers, it's Justice League, it's the Teen Titans. These powerhouses of comic organizations have been like the cornerstones of comics for pretty much since comics have been like mainstream. So this is going to basically talk about how the rivalry has helped them both develop into better companies, I guess. And also, like, one of their best collaborations and rivalry things. I'm definitely going to watch it because I've always been interested in, like, the history and the comics in which I read. I think if they don't mention Allegram, you know I'm bad at pronouncing words.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it either, but I know what you're talking about.
The crossover event in which both the members of the DC universe and the Marvel universe fought against each other and then had a weird fusion. Mm-hmm. They don't mention that I'm going to be upset. But I feel as though they will. They probably should have now that I think about it, they should probably have a whole episode devoted to that. But
well, you figure, it's a docuseries. They should mention it. And we'll see how long the series is because they didn't actually mention how many episodes it would be, right?
No, not at this time. But
and this is probably going to debut on Disney Plus, most likely.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, not because it's because you're going to have to be talking to two different people. I mean, two different organizations.
Oh,
I don't
you're
know
right.
So I don't know for sure it's going to be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's shown on Disney Plus and on like HBO Max.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So they both get something out of it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So
that makes sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, Disney
when
Plus it comes out on Disney Plus. I mean, it's gonna be added to their epic content because you know it just dropped not too long ago on Tuesday.
Yes, Disney Plus is a beast,
and it is a beast. It already hit 10 million signups, and growing. It's happening, people. You know,
10 million strong and growing. Nice reference.
To put Disney Plus's launch numbers into perspective, Netflix reported about 60 million paid domestic members and over 97 million international. In its third quarter of 2019, the Disney-owned Hulu reported having more than 28 million subscribers in May. And as CNBC notes, it took 5 years for CBS to reach 8 million streaming subscribers combined for CBS, All Access, and Showtime. Holy cow, this thing is moving quick.
It's not a week yet. They have 10 million people It's not a week yet. They've already surpassed CBS, and they have fucking Star Trek.
As of recording, it'll be 2 days. It'll be 2 days since this thing has dropped. It's pretty amazing, and I think it's mostly due to the Verizon customers, because a lot of them, if you sign up for unlimited, you get Disney Plus for free for a year. So that's an automatic sign up right there.
Yeah.
How do you beat that? So not to mention, it also looks like Disney stock went up nearly 5%. Ooh. That's insane. That's insane.
They know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing. I mean, there has been talks of outages, and like there was some people complaining about how like they can only access versions where there was like a 3D versions that you can only get from the special glasses,
right?
And some stuff. But like it's called growing pains. Whenever a streaming service of this magnitude comes out, which hasn't happened very often, there's always going to be like some smoothing out that's going to happen for a week, which is why, like I said earlier in this podcast, that I would be waiting a week before I purchase my Disney Plus so they get all the kinks out. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm broke. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm broke.
Yeah, I mean, you're making a good call. It's not like, you're in line waiting to sign up or anything like that. You can sign up whenever you want and take part in the epicness. Right now, I'm signed up and I'm watching X-Men, and it is absolutely incredible.
Previously on X-Men.
Yes. So yeah, Disney Plus doing their thing. They're doing their thing, and they're still working on their shows. One of the shows, or two of the shows, She-Hulk and Moon Knight, they find their showrunners.
Yeah.
Who might they be, Sam?
Pickle Rick. Jessica Gao is Marvel's choice for Spearhead's She-Hulk, who will introduce Bruce Banner, cousins Jennifer Walters into the MCU. Jennifer Walters is an awesome character. If you ever get a chance to, meet her, read her. She's
I'd like to meet her.
Just think of a genius lawyer type, like any person that will like go like 12 rounds in a fucking law room and just take on the best lawyers, but also the Hulk. But also she's like
a Lois Lane with powers, right? That type of personality.
I need a good lawyer type. I need a good lawyer. So think of one of your best like best lawyer type characters you have, but also throw on like Hulk powers, but full control of said Hulk powers.
It's awesome.
But if you don't know Jessica Gao, she is famous for a little episode called Pickle Rick of the Rick and Morty series. She won an award for that, a Primetime Emmy, because that shit was awesome. And she also wrote for Silicon Valley, a series in which I'm just started watching today. I watched the first episode of Silicon Valley.
Quick review.
There's a lot of it's a good show. I like the writing; it's hilarious. This is definitely how it is in Silicon Valley from what I've heard from people who've been and who's worked close to that industry. There's a lot of painful secondhand embarrassment watching this show. Just painful secondhand embarrassment. But other than that, it's a great show, and I'm definitely gonna finish the first season in like less than 2 weeks. So
okay,
yeah. But yeah, and for Moon Knight will be. Hold on. Oh shit. Moon Knight is going to be showrun by. Wait, what? No way. I don't have that information.
Okay. Oh, we don't have that information yet. No, wait. We can Google it real quick.
We can Google it real quick.
Moon Knight showrunner. See, this is what happens, guys, when you try to, record something on the fly. And we try to be prepared.
You try to be prepared, but then stuff happens, and then you just move.
Jeremy
around.
Slater has been announced as the showrunner for Disney Plus's Moon Knight.
Yes.
He
helped develop the Umbrella Academy, and
that's where it was from. Yeah, I do remember reading that, and that's actually a pretty big deal.
Yes, unfortunately, he also helped co-wrote the Fantastic Four reboot. And
that's a bad deal.
And Netflix's Death Note.
That's also a bad deal.
So okay. I'm not okay.
1 out of 2.
1 out of 2. 3? 1 out of
1 out of 3.
1 out of 3. I'm not worried. You're worried.
I'm not worried. You're worried.
You're worried.
Oh man.
We're gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah, we are. We are.
How are you gonna mess it up? It's just basically Batman if he was psychotic and had Egyptian god powers. That's not gonna be too complicated of a thing to juggle, right?
You know, that's a really good segue because our next segment is called
No shit, Sherlock!
No Shit Sherlock.
No shit, Sherlock.
And you just talked about Batman. And we have someone who is very akin to Batman, at least from what we saw in the trailers, the Mandalorian. So the Disney boss is now saying that the Mandalorian could be reverse engineered into a theatrical movie. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, honestly.
Okay, so the Mandalorian's reviews. Like, okay, so from what I'm telling from the Mandalorian reviews, everyone likes the Mandalorian. Wow, Mandarin. The Mandalorian, totally different series.
Totally
the Mandalorian. Like the best reviews I got was like, the show's amazing. It looks great. I wasn't like wild. It was kind of like, this is cool. I can't wait for the next episode. This is cool. Not like super like, you gotta stop at what you're doing and watch this. But it looks amazing. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Realistically speaking, this show could go on for maybe like what, 2 seasons, 3 seasons? What do you think? Like 2 seasons, 3 seasons?
I think
five seasons?
four max, and 4 would probably be a sweet spot, and that could be it. And I think there's going to be enough character introduction where they're going to be able to do spin-offs and stuff like that. And
to other TV shows.
Grow the service. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, obviously, because like Disney makes money and Star Wars is a money-making...
It's a bank.
It's a moneymaker.
It's an ATM.
Yeah. If The Mandalorian gets well received, it would almost make sense to make a movie for him because they don't really have any serious ideas to make movies right now. I mean, their whole team, their directing team just
it's trash right now. It's
trash. So like, I mean, and Solo wasn't great. I'm just gonna say it.
It wasn't.
I'm a Star Wars fan.
The one thing that I wanted to see, the Millennium Falcon do the Kessel Run.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that he's always talked about that I wanted to see, it was meh. Like the whole movie was just meh.
Yeah. I think it's because we were supposed to be excited for it and we weren't. Like they were going on the thing that we were supposed to be excited because we wanted to see Han Solo's like origin. And the guy was Han Solo when he came in there and he just became more Han Solo. That's all it was. It wasn't like he was this innocent kid who then became Han Solo, or like he was this aw shucks guy who became Han Solo, or he was this dick who became less of a dick and became Han Solo.
That's pretty much it.
It was Han Solo becoming Han Solo. We saw Han Solo. We know what Han Solo looks like. It's just whatever. It doesn't matter who you add into the cast.
The side note from Andrew McDonald, who is the host of the Review Zoo, in response to this, he says that feels less no shit and more really. Why? Yeah, I could see what he's saying. I mean, there's no point in making the movie, but they could. They could. We'll watch it.
And they could, and if they hit a certain threshold in regards to money and responses, then they probably will, because that's just how things work.
That's
you make enough money for it, you just. What was the expression that I love? We'll stop beating this dead horse when it stops spitting out money.
Oh, that's a great expression. I like.
Yeah, that's from Bo Burnham, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's one of his lyrics.
There you go. And there's another company that spits out a lot of money, but sometimes their products aren't great.
Sometimes,
hey, I mean, we all use Chrome.
No, listen. Okay, if you didn't know, we're talking about Google. I am a Google fanboy. Okay,
me too.
I love Google. I'm usually one of their first adopters, or at least the first 2 weeks adopters of their new products. But Google has reminds me a lot of myself in the early days when I was a younger kid, when I was younger and full of ideas and optimism.
If I had my drops, I'd be playing like a ding ding ding, like something you're like calling back some memories or something. But go ahead.
I'm looking up and there's like a little cloud that's popping up. When I was, like in my early, like late teens, early 20s, I had a lot of ideas and I would just spit them out. And I really, really think them through. And then I'm like, you know what? This isn't doing so well, so I'm just going to cancel it. Regardless of how connected it is to anything else, I'm just going to put it through. And that's what Google does. Like, it'll come up with a product, and you're just like, this is a product. And like, you know what? This isn't the greatest product right now, but let me just like rock with it, and maybe it'll get better. And then they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're not just going to do it anymore. And you're just like, but why? And they're just like, we're not feeling it anymore. But you know what we do need? Another messaging app. Because we only have 4. We should have 6. We should have 6.
I mean, Sam, I can message you through G Suite. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I could message you through Google Voice or Hangouts.
Yeah.
Or Alto or Duo.
It's all inclusive, man.
I mean...
But pretty soon I'll be able to message you through Stadia. Hopefully. Whenever that rolls out. I mean, Stadia's rolling out.
Is it rolling out?
The features that's supposed to come with Stadia, we might be waiting a long time for.
The purpose of Stadia, the whole purpose of it, we might have to wait for it to come when they release it, because they're releasing it. Wouldn't it make more sense to okay, you know what? Ed, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm getting upset.
Okay, so we're doing a round robin here, but like honestly, Google Stadia is supposed to launch like next week, and it's going to launch without a lot of their features, and there's only 3 games that it's going to launch with.
I think there was supposed to be more than that, but it was not a lot. It's not a lot of games.
It wasn't a lot.
And a lot of crappy. I mean, a lot of those games are not like the greatest. They're kind of crappy games.
This is bad. This is like $130 that you're spending, right? You're gonna get the controller. You're probably gonna get a Chromecast Ultra, right? You're gonna get the service and a 3-month subscription to the service. After that, you're gonna have to pay monthly. I think it's like $10 a month or something like that. This is not good. It's going to start off extremely slow, and there's nothing to play on it. What the hell are we doing? And the developers, they are scared of making games for this platform because they're scared that Google is going to cancel the service.
Right?
Like you said.
Right? Like there was this, no joke. Like earlier this week, I heard messages of like Google's coming out with its own checking account.
What?
Yes, it's coming out with its own checking account, and like I messaged the group that I chatted with, that like from this little screenshot I got from Reddit where it was the comments, and it said it was like they weren't afraid. They were afraid that like Google was going to look at their data for checking account because it's obvious you have your checking data, and they said, no joke, they said we won't look at your data. We'll give you a checking account, but we totally won't look at your data. And I'm just like, what are we, like 5? You're fucking lying to us. But they were saying that's not what they're worried about. They're worried about having a checking account and then being closed 2 years later because just reasons.
Yeah.
Whatever
reasons.
Whatever reasons. Nah, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm still hurt over fucking Google's RSS reader, because that was a sick RSS reader.
Yeah, and it honestly, and Hangouts. I mean, we used to do these podcasts over Hangouts. Hangouts actually worked pretty well for what we needed. It wasn't that bad.
I don't know why they didn't just do. You know what they should have did? They should have took Hangouts and Google Voice, smushed them together, and you have all the phone. You have something that deals with mobile phones, make phone calls. You can add minutes to it. You can message on your every single platform that you would need, whether it be a phone, laptop, computer, what have you, and then you're done. And does video chat. So what would you need after that? You're good. I don't know why you needed to make 17 other apps. There was no need for that.
Exactly. Anyways, Google. I don't know.
I don't know what to do with you.
Real quick. Xbox Live had their event today, right? Just
Yeah.
real quick, I'm just gonna call out a couple things on they announced for Game Pass in 2020. It's actually kind of huge. So they're gonna put out the Final Fantasy collection. I think starting with Final Fantasy 6 or 7, all the way up to 15.
Whew.
Still no mention here of the remake. It's probably gonna come there eventually. Who knows? Next we have the Yakuza series. So Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, and Yakuza Kiwami 2. Then we're going to have the Kingdom Hearts series. And we're talking about the older games, remixes, 1.5 and 2.5 remix, and 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. All coming to Xbox One in 2020 on Game Pass. So I think that's great news. Also Final Fantasy 14 is finally making its MMO debut on Xbox. That's pretty big as well.
If I still play Final Fantasy, I'd be super excited. But other than that, I am excited with everything else.
Yeah, no, it is great news. It's a lot of support here. This is awesome.
Yeah, I think Xbox did this as kind of like a fuck you to Google because I'm like, yeah, you trying to do that? Oh, and they announced xCloud. So.
Yes, actually, that's even bigger news. Yeah, xCloud is dropping in 2020 as well, and apparently you'll be able to use your DualShock 4. If you're a PlayStation 4 owner,
because everyone loves those PlayStation controllers with their DualShock. I think
that's great. It's great. You don't have to get an Xbox system, right? Well, we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. I'm not sure exactly, but
Ed will do a full review. He'll dive right in.
There you go. So that's it for games.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next segment. Da-da-da! Is it worthy? Where we pretty much go through a few topics here and we decide if it's worthy or not.
Yeah, worthy of your time and your effort. Worthy of our time. Worthy of geek culture's time.
Exactly. Well, why don't we get the rundown here, Sam?
All right. Well, first one up is Netflix renews The Witcher for a second season before the first one even premieres. They are confident. Basically, it's exactly what it says. The Witcher is being renewed for a second season. So we're gonna have 2 seasons of Witcher before we even get to see the first season. Which cool. It's not like we're gonna get them back to back, but they're gonna start filming it because they're really confident in what's coming out. Or Disney Plus is coming out. Disney Plus just came out and they have original content. HBO Max is coming out with original content, and they're just trying to make sure to keep hey, I still do stuff. You see me? I do it. I'll be making TV shows.
I'm still here.
Did you hear about them in Nickelodeon?
No. What's going on with Nickelodeon?
They just signed a deal with Nickelodeon, so they got their content, and they're going to be making original content for them. So and sequels to stuff. So you can expect probably a sequel to either Rugrats or The Wild Thornberrys. I am leaning towards those two because I really like those 2 series. And I don't, or maybe. Ooh, what if they did it like a teenage, high school age version of Hey Arnold?
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
I'd watch that.
Amazing.
I'd watch that.
Oh my gosh.
I'd watch that.
But I mean, going back to The Witcher here, that's a no-brainer, and I think it's going to be worthy because they already said they could make 7 seasons off of the content that they already had. They could just go on and on forever or something like that. So yeah, it's worthy. Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. It looks good. 2, in terms of Netflix, signing with more companies like Nickelodeon, that's going to lead into our conclusion that we talk about with the streaming wars. It's going to get heated, people.
The war is on.
Exactly. Next, we have Batman. Pennyworth, R.I.P., pays tribute to Batman's most important ally. So, in case y'all didn't know, our man Alfred died.
Yes. And this was literally my cover for my wallpaper on my phone for up until very, very recently. Maybe yesterday I changed it because it was just, I wanted to remember. So Tom King has done a lot of things with this run of Batman, and not a lot of the fans like it. I am indifferent. Batman needs his changes anyway. I loved it when Batman was actually dead for a little bit and Commissioner Gordon was running around in an armored batsuit. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, he was like a Batman cop because he was still with the police force. That was kind of neat. But yeah, this Batman is being a little more different than a lot of the other iterations of Batman. But the storyline has been definitely strange. One of the most interesting things they've done so far with the character is they had Bane kill Alfred in front of Damien.
Mm-hmm.
So like the scene was Alfred was tied to a chair, and there was a rule that no one in the Bat family was supposed to come into Gotham because Gotham is now belonged to Bane. And if anyone was, and Alfred was their hostage, and if anything was to happen, like somebody was to come in there that wasn't supposed to, like a member of the Bat family, like Damien, they would kill Alfred. So Damien, thinks that he's big and bad and he can take over, he can stop everything. Goes into Gotham to face off, and he gets captured, and he sits in he's tied to a chair, and he's forced to watch Bane come behind Alfred and crack his neck. And what sucked about the whole thing was Alfred knew this was happening, and he wasn't begging for his life. He was begging that he didn't do this in front of Damien. He was like, please, sir, please, not in front of the boy. Please, he doesn't need to see. Please, just not, whatever. I won't struggle, but don't do this in front of the boy. And Bane just, his neck. A lot of people thought that this was going to be undone because of the Doomsday Clock.
That's what I thought.
Because Doomsday Clock is another storyline that's going on at the same time, which is tying into the DC universe to the Watchmen universe. Don't ask. It's stupid.
It's I know. It's confusing.
It's confusing as hell, and it was delayed a shit ton. So, yeah, it's nothing. But anyway, from this, it looks like Alfred is actually and factually dead. And this isn't the first time it happened, but this is definitely, it doesn't happen often. This is probably the second time it happened. And I have a feeling this is one of those things that's going to stick for a while. This is going to be like another 2-3 years before we see Alfred again. Maybe even 5 years. Maybe they're being really bold. But this will definitely change the dynamic of the Bat family because Alfred has been a mainstay for forever. Shit, when Batman died, he wrote a letter to Alfred, one, telling him that he's pretty much his father, and two, gave him the control of the Outsiders, which is Batman's covert team. So, like, Alfred has been a staple of this character. So to show support, they're making Batman Pennyworth R.I.P., which will be a 48-page special, which will determine the next steps for Batman as he grapples with the tragic murder of Alfred Pennyworth that took place in Batman issue number 77, if you want to go find it. Batman Pennyworth R.I.P. will be co-written by incoming Batman writers James Tywin IV and current Detectives Comics Peter J. I can't pronounce his last name. The issue will feature art from Eddie Browers, Nightwing, Arba I'm going to butcher these names, the person who's running for Wonder Woman, and some other creators that to be announced. I think this is worthy because, again, Alfred has been a mainstay. People recognize, like, if you really talk about the Batman family and talk about Batman, if you say the name Alfred, everyone thinks about Alfred. Know. Yeah, you automatically know. I've never heard of another Alfred that was as famous as Alfred from Batman. Have you thought of anyone else who had the name Alfred who doesn't? It just is. And Pennyworth, same thing. That's just Alfred Pennyworth is kind of a staple. Every iteration of him I have enjoyed. From the one in Gotham to the one in the Justice League movie to my favorite one, Michael Caine, because in Batman Begins, because that's how I always saw Alfred. But yeah, this is good. I think it's worthy. What do you think, Ed?
Oh, I think it's definitely worthy. But it's very unfortunate because I was one of the ones that thought, they're going to kill him off and bring him back. Like they like to do with everyone else, but it seems pretty definite actually.
Yeah, when you start making comics for him, then you know.
Exactly. So Batman fans, Alfred is deceased. And speaking of deceased, the deceased writer teases horror fuel DC sequel, Unkillables.
Wait, before we start, have you read okay, this is about DC Ceased. DC Ceased, which is
DC Ceased.
Yes, DC Ceased. Have you read DC Ceased?
I have not.
Take it upon yourself to when the graphic novel comes out to read.
It's that good.
It is that good.
Okay, because honestly, from these teasers, I'm not really getting much.
Okay, so basically what happens is, in the story, in a nutshell, do you know what the anti-life equation is?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so the anti-life equation, I was going to say Thanos for a second.
Yeah.
Darkseid takes the anti-life equation and fuses it with the Death Rider. I forget what his name is. He's basically the epitome of death who runs around and catches Flash and shit like that. Anyway, they smush them together and they put it out, and they put it in Cyborg and send him back on Earth. And after being infected with it because by a mistake, and the virus spreads through technology. So anyone who's touching a phone or looking through a screen or whatever, if you're looking at a screen that, from computer screen or phone screen or what have you, you can get affected with the virus. And when you're in the virus, you're just pretty much a zombie. And if you get bit, you can turn into them, and you can't be cured for it. And this is just everywhere. And like heroes are getting infected left and right, and like the whole world is doomed. And like when I say that this, like I thought this was just gonna be like Marvel Zombies, where it was just kind of like, oh, all hope is lost and zombies, and you just see zombie things. No, this was like great story. When I say great story, I mean like emotions were felt. I knew that this wasn't like this was a slice of universe that was not had nothing to do with anything, but emotions were felt. Like you got to see Superman do sad things. You got to see like Aquaman run in fear. Like Batman. Like I look, just if you haven't read this, read it. But when you finished, you were kind of like, the way they ended it, there could be a sequel. They could just leave it right there, and you didn't know. And I was kind of hoping they would make a sequel. And now they've been teasing it, and this dropped maybe like an hour or two ago. It's official. There will be the sequel, and it shall be called #Unkillables.
Now we're getting a bunch of tiled images that's being teased here. Some of the tiles are removed, and it reveals like certain images of characters I'm not sure of. This one maybe looks like the Atom. I have no idea, but he looks like he's wearing an Iron Man-esque suit, and he looks like a zombie underneath. There's a bunch of them here, and it definitely looks cool.
There are There's 2 lines in the promotional arts. One of them is, "We've lost so much, we didn't think there was anything else to lose." And the other line is, "I know, boy. Don't worry. We're not going to leave them like this."
I know, boy.
It's... if you get a chance to read DCCs, please take it upon yourself to read DCCs.
All right.
If you're a fan of horror and zombies and touching stories about, people fighting for the last of their humanity, read it. And like, I can't wait for Unkillables, because this is, I feel like, what I feel like? I feel like, the Injustice Gods Among Us?
Yeah.
The comic?
Yeah, video game. And the comic. Yeah.
Yes. And you know how like people were reading that and they were just like, this is amazing writing, we got to keep reading. And then they made Injustice 2. I feel like DCC's is not as long, but is at that level of how great of a side story something could be. Like Injustice was one of those stories where I didn't expect a story that isn't part of the main universe to be good, like good enough that I needed to read it every new issue. And then I just got hooked, and it was like potato chips. Same thing with DCC's. I was eating this shit like it was potato chips. It was so good. So good.
All right. So I'll wait for the trade paperback, and I'll definitely check it out. Okay. So yeah, worthy. I'm guessing worthy.
Oh,
all right.
Very much so.
Yeah. Oh, this is you, Sam. So Pokemon fans displeased with Game Freak developer. So they're reusing characters in their new games. Pokemon Sword and Shield. What the hell is this all about?
Okay, you can't lord a game and say it's going to be so cool and it's going to have these new things.
It was so hyped.
It was so hyped, and you're going to be running around and shit, and everyone's going to be like, oh my god, it's a Pokemon game on the Switch. I can't wait. It's going to be so great. And people are saying that that Pokemon Coliseum is showing a little better work than their stuff. The animation is shitty. They've some Redditors have shown literally models side by side from previous games, and they have literally just ripped them. There's also they also announced that they're not going to have the entire list of Pokemon there, so you won't be able to catch them all because they're all there to be catched.
Ridiculous.
Now, I've read some reviews on some sites of the game, and people have had some positive positive things to say about it. But this is kind of interesting that Game Freak was like hyping this up, and then it just seems to just not be exactly what they promised. I feel as though people rush to put stuff out because they want to make it by a certain deadline, and
well, I think the expectation was every now and then we get a brand new Pokemon game. Brand new journey, brand new area to explore, a couple new Pokemon. Doesn't have to be a lot of new Pokemon, just a couple new Pokemon, and some new features. And honestly, that was the expectation here, especially this being an actual Pokemon game on a new platform. Not so new, the Switch on a new Nintendo platform. And this is what we get. I think it's kind of like a little disrespectful, first of all, to the fans.
Keep them.
And like, honestly, what's going to happen is they're going to probably release a third special edition one, probably, with the same bullshit, and people are going to buy it.
Yeah, but just more improved here and there, like they did with Emerald. Wait, no. Was that?
It was Emerald, right?
Yeah, it was Emerald.
Yeah, it was Emerald. I think it was Ruby, Sapphire,
and then
Emerald. Yeah. And then Crystal. And then they had like something else. I can't
Crystal
remember.
was before. It was Gold and Silver was Crystal.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. This was gonna be the first Pokemon game I played since Ruby, so I'm gonna just hold off for a little bit and wait. And but yeah.
Same here. Definitely not worthy, by the way.
Not worthy. Just out of curiosity, what would have happened if they just did the whole Kingdom Hearts strategy and just never tell us when the release date was, and then just keep making the game until it's fucking perfect, and then put it
out? Success?
I don't know.
Maybe?
People still fucking was waiting for Kingdom Hearts. They still were. Kingdom Hearts 3 was supposed to come out back when I was like starting college, and shit never came out.
Never came out
this year.
Yeah, it's super polished too.
Super polished.
All right, so that is it for Is It Worthy? And that's it. We are on to our closing discussion.
I'm touching myself tonight.
And what are we talking about, Sam?
The streaming wars.
We are talking about the streaming wars.
The streaming wars.
Okay. All right. So place your bets, people. All right. This is happening right now. Disney Plus is out. Okay. Right now, I could name off of one hand some of the big boys. We have Apple TV. We have Hulu. We have Netflix. We have Disney Plus. And we're going to have HBO Max.
Which is going to have all of the Warner Brothers products and HBO and a bunch of other things. It's going to have the DC Universe content. As much as DC Universe is saying that they're not going to this is not going to fuck up their whole thing and you can still have DC Universe. Best believe if you get HBO Max, you're going to have to access the DC
You're
content.
going to have access to it.
I'm almost certain.
The streaming service, they're already rumoring that it's, they're probably going to cancel that. So they're probably going to move all that content into HBO Max.
Yeah. Which actually, I was having a discussion with Andrew about this, randomly. We thought that maybe Apple might buy Warner Brothers.
I can see that happening, definitely. I mean, Apple does need more content. From what I'm noticing on Apple is it Apple TV?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, Apple TV. They only have their own original stuff.
Yeah.
They don't have many new things on there. So they're going to need content if they want to be viable in this new war. Because right now, I still say at the very moment, just for sheer content alone, Netflix is still on top.
Yes. But if you think about it like this, Disney Plus is cheaper than Netflix coming right out the gate.
Absolutely.
But if you get the package, which is which is Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN, you pay the exact same amount that you're paying for Netflix.
So are we bundling Hulu into this Disney Plus thing because of the partnership and that's under the Disney umbrella?
Disney owns most of that company. So yeah, I'm going to unfortunately put that under there.
Okay, agreed. So,
and they've already announced that they're going to put they're still going to be making original content for Hulu. I think they're going to from what they're looking like, they're going to shove all their darker type of edgier, more mature content to Hulu and keep family-friendly stuff to Disney Plus and all Marvel stuff.
So if that's the case, if we're going that route, Disney's already won because Hulu was already rivaling Netflix in some aspects. So just to be a part of that bundle, I mean, you're able to watch TV shows a day after they come out,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They do have their original content. They do have movies, right? And they have a TV streaming service, live TV.
Yes. I used it to watch the New York City Marathon last year.
Right.
Yes.
Netflix does not have that.
Netflix does not. I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix gets that, though. I would not be surprised if Netflix...
That's the next step, right?
I feel as though Netflix might get that next step. They might go for live television. They might say, hey, we're going to bundle it with live television and give you access to all these channels. I'm waiting for true a la carte channel selection. Sling said they were going to do it, and they didn't actually do it. You have to buy bundled packages, which is as close as I got. And I love Sling. Sling has been my ride or die since it's come out. I've tried other places. I've tried PlayStation Vive. I've tried Fio. I've tried YouTube TV. At the end of the day, I like Sling TV TV a little more than all those live streaming television shows, television networks. But that is where people are going to live and die. Mm-hmm. When you get all the content in and all the stuff, it's going to be like, okay, I'll get the Netflix package and I'll get the Disney Plus package. But how am I going to be watching live television? What is going to be my live television thing? I still need to be able to watch CW shows. I still need to be able to watch, when something is coming on just regular TV, like The Little Mermaid live. I need to be able to watch that. So how am I going to watch it? Now, Hulu, the package that you get with the Hulu, the Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN doesn't include the live television Hulu. So both of those segments both don't have a live television right off the gate. So they need to figure out a way to go for that. And also, you might want to work on space in regards to how much stuff you can record on your television.
The DVR.
Yeah.
Okay.
If someone can crack unlimited, then
right.
I mean, Google. I think YouTube TV has unlimited. Actually,
does it?
It might have unlimited. I think it has the highest out of all of them.
So I have YouTube TV right now. I actually have to go in and check to see if that's even true because I haven't used the DVR setting just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like YouTube TV. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's a bit more expensive than the other services, but it's feature rich and it's like very smooth and pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that. So we're talking about all these streaming services, and I'm wondering, after talking about Google, if Google's going to try to get in on this and then cancel it down the road.
I think, okay, so here's the thing. TV is one of those things I don't think Google's going to cancel on. And the reason why is because it sells too many Chromecasts for that. Chromecast came out of nowhere and literally smacked a lot of streaming services in the face. And I had to hand it to them because it was a very cheap and an easy way to get smart television on your television. And the dongle is about yay big. I have one in my book bag.
You could turn any TV into an Android TV.
You can turn any instantly. And what's better to pair with that? A live television series, like a live television platform. You got YouTube, you can watch YouTube, whatever. But you got YouTube TV, you can watch television wherever. You can just go, imagine you're in, I'm not saying everyone has an office job, but I've been at an office late at night and I may or may not have tried to play a console game on a live conference room television. But you have a dongle, you just stick it right in there. You just you can just watch whatever. It's good to go. I love push and plays. They're great.
Yeah, I mean, I say Google getting in on it. They're already in on it with YouTube TV. They own YouTube, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, so we're wondering when the dust settles, who do we think are going to be winners and losers? Right now, I'd say it's very, very hard to tell. All right, so we have two new services that literally just started in Apple TV and Disney Plus. Disney Plus is looking mighty strong right now, out the gate. Apple TV has a little bit more work to do, but those guys, Apple, they have money. And everyone's got iPhones.
Yes.
So they have access to a lot of people. So
I personally think for losers, Netflix is going to be the loser.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you're right. Unless Netflix makes some moves to kind of change the way they do things and add more features, I think they're going to end up being the losers here.
like Andrew said in a previous podcast, one, they're gonna probably switch some of their better content to week releases instead of live, like here's a season, go eat it kind of releases. But I don't think they would need like a couple more good original content series that like draw people in for us to like push them over the hump, because at the end of the day, Disney and Apple both have very deep freaking pockets.
Yep.
And Netflix, from what I last checked, is still not profitable. Yeah,
they're not making.
They're not
struggling. They're not struggling.
They're not making profitable. Money. From what I'm hearing, they're not profitable. They're just everyone's just like, oh yeah, I know, because they're the biggest team in town, so we just keep giving them more and more money. When there's a serious option, a serious second option, then eventually people are going to start to wane. And then when you're paying for all of that, and you're getting live sports, you're getting Disney, all the stuff that you want in content in Disney, and all the stuff that you get on Hulu. I mean, even if you're not getting live television, Hulu will give it to you the next day.
Yeah.
Then, like, I mean, who has time to watch everything when it comes out, exactly when it comes out all the time anyway?
Yeah, we all work.
We all work. We all have jobs. So, like, I think it's going to be Disney. Disney's going to get it. Like, Disney's going to get that money, and he's going to take it from Netflix, unfortunately. Netflix signing exclusive deals with people like Nickelodeon, it's good. But I don't think it's going to keep it. It's not going to keep it alive. Apple Plus needs to do something. It needs to do some. I'm sorry, Apple Plus. Apple TV needs to do something.
If anything, they probably came out a little too early. They probably should have waited for Disney Plus to come out first and sort of like resorted their plans a little bit. But I think they're going to be fine. I think Apple's going to be fine.
They're going to be fine once they buy someone. They need to buy a company and to beef their stuff up. And again, Warner Brothers is a good company to buy because we did the math. I'm pretty sure Apple makes how much the company is worth in like a month.
Right.
Like normal profit wise, they have enough money. They make that amount of money that it needs to take to buy that company, like billions of dollars in a month. So
it's too easy for them.
That's a layup.
I know one thing. Whatever service Nick Cage is on, I'm there. I'm a huge fan right now. So this is our closing discussion. Tell us what you guys think. When the dust settles, who's going to win this streaming war? Right now, we're kind of leaning towards Disney and Netflix being the loser, Disney being the winner. But we shall see. I mean, time will tell. I mean, these just came out. Let's see how they do.
Let's see how they do.
Yeah. I'm just realizing something, Sam.
What's up?
You realize in 2 episodes we haven't mentioned Maitland Ward once?
Actually, no. I have been keeping count, and we've gone very well. We've gone very long without no one mentioning it, and I was really hoping we could just keep that streak. Thank you for fucking that up.
I broke the fucking streak.
Yes, it was about like 4 weeks now. 4 weeks, and nobody said anything about her. And I was
Happy anniversary, Maitland.
Oh my god.
Happy anniversary. Please come for an interview if you're listening.
You know those signs that says, like, X amount of days without accident? We need one of those little counters in the corner, but like X amount of days without mentioning, making a reference to Maitland Ward.
Speaking of accidents. Okay. No, never mind. Never mind.
All right.
All right, that ends our show, guys. Thank you so much for listening. How you feeling, Sam?
I am feeling good. Ignoring the Maitland Ward part, I'm feeling good.
We'll try another streak. How about that?
Yeah, let's try that.
Sounds good. All right, thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to check out our other shows under the Rapture Press umbrella. We have Mike and Mike Go to the Movies. We have The Complete Works, where they watch every single Nicolas Cage movie and review it. That's still incredible. And we have The Review Zoo with that guy across from me, Sam Harper, with Andrew McDonald. Please check those out, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace!